where Stephanie never read the right book. And
Stephanie was terrible at this book club.
I really sucked at book club.
I did
Fabulous. What?
I just had a visual. I just had a
It was a
visual.
lot.
I had a visual.
He's proud of it.
Hold on, let me turn it on.
Marty, we made it to Friday.
We did.
It has been one of the longest weeks of my life.
Oh, it's been crazy. First and foremost, congratulations on your new gig.
Thank you very much.
You surely brought something better to the news this week, or less controversial, let's say.
I appreciate that.
It's all good.
I appreciate that very much. Yeah, it's definitely been drinking water from a fire hose, and
Oh my God.
I'm sorry for the visual.
Not going there either.
I
Anyway,
know, right?
yeah.
I emailed that to Michael Kasparian. He's over at the Falmouth Chamber. Hey, friends. And 2 seconds later, one of the people that works at the chamber, Susie, who's fabulous, and she's just like, well, it's kind of like drinking water from a fire hose. I'm like, I already used that reference today, Susie.
It went from water balloon to fire hose, just boom, right? Or grenades, maybe.
Exactly. So yeah, if you have missed it, I have accepted the new executive director job over at the Mashpee Chamber, and I'm super excited to do it. I really think it just aligns with all of the stuff that I've been doing, but it's also just a lot. And
That's being kind, conservative with the comment.
right. And it's also like, here's the keys. Bye.
There you go. Gotta go. Cloud of dust after the car driving away. Yeah.
I equate it to kind of like when you're a new parent and you know, you've read all the books, you've seen all the things, you've watched it done. You're like, how hard can this be? And that moment when you've got this baby and you walk home through your front doors and you're alone with this baby and you're like, how am I in charge of this life?
There are multiple dynamics to being a chamber executive director, between not just the networking, the tourism, but the administrative work.
Yeah.
And then there's 15 other things that come your way. Someone told me once, you have 5 things on your list. If you get 3 accomplished, you're doing great.
Yeah, well, that's it. I feel very
Doing
sidetracked all day because it's like not putting out fires, but just like, oh, I need this now. And then you're like, where was I? Oh, I need this now. Oh, wait, where was I? It's very ADD.
It could just be water balloon, be like concussion grenades too. You know?
100%.
But, you know, so welcome to the chamber life.
Thank you.
I'm entering year 5 this year with myself.
That's
at the Greater Hyannis
incredible.
Chamber. So we have a meeting every 2 weeks, all the chamber executive directors. We call it the LC3, the Lower Cape Chambers Collaborative. And I happen to chair that group again this year. So you'll be stuck with me even more so.
I'm okay with that. You know, it's a great group of people. And honestly, every single one of them has sent me a, hey, how are you? If you need anything, if you're okay, blink twice if you need. It was really nice to have that support system because I've definitely not had that in anything that I've done for a while. So that was nice.
So if you see Stephanie come up one day with a hand up and down, pulling up from the bottom of the floor, get me back on the desk. It's all good. You've done some amazing stuff anyway this past year with the nonprofit stuff.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Lemonade has been super busy.
So it's really great.
And, you know, we're hiring some new people right now, and we've got some people in training, and we're working out some new business models and kind of shifting a little bit as I'm moving out of the helm and kind of putting others in charge. And I'm like, oh gosh, it's kind of like when you're in the car with your 16-year-old and you're like,
You're fighting over the radio channel?
No, try not to hit branches on
Oh,
the side of the
geez.
road or people in general.
Oh, who's that?
You're like, okay, you're fine. Everything's fine.
So I'm assuming you've encountered this many times already, but even more so now as you get into the tourism life. But I've been in places, even Aruba, where people just come up to me and say, oh, Marty Rebel, how are you? I'm like, who are you?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's weird also when you're transitioning from radio to regular life because people know you and they've listened to you for years and years, but you don't know them like they know you.
Right.
So it's very awkward. It's a very bizarre conversation, like one that happened to me yesterday. Julia, who is one of my fabulous market workers, and she also works at the Enterprise. Shout out to our friends at the Enterprise. But we grabbed a quick coffee before we had meetings and stuff. And she's just like, wow, you know, you get to walk around the commons. And I was like, yeah, that is a perk. It is lovely to go, you know, shopping and check in with businesses before your full day starts. We're sitting there and we're yapping back and forth. And then this woman next to us is just like, hi, I didn't mean to overstep, but I have this business.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just so excited. We exchanged cards, exchanged chat. And she's like, I also knew your voice immediately. So I was like, great. For good or for bad. And then you're like, shoot, what did I say?
It takes a lot of
hope it wasn't bad.
It takes a lot of personality plus two to get out there and just make it work.
Totally.
So
well, I mean, it's hard in
though,
life
too.
in general. I think a lot of people have been struggling with things to say, how to say it, ways to communicate with people, especially this week with kindness is how you do it, with kindness.
Right.
Good morning, Cindy. Hello to you, Miss Victoria, Aaron, Denise. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. We've got Marty Burmell from the Greater Hyannis Chamber.
With a great radio voice there.
You really do.
You.
Oh.
With the Greater Hyannis Chamber of Commerce.
Got to turn it on.
I've had radio before, but that's nothing what you've done, obviously.
I had a very funny moment last night when I was at the Hyannis Yacht Club doing a little trivia. And I love my yachties. We have fun. We're there twice a month. And one of the guys that came over and was like, were you in radio?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. He's like, I can just tell. He also, by the way, looked like the guy that just passed. What was his name? Elwood Edwards.
You've Got Mail. Remember that?
The You've Got Mail guy died, everybody. So I looked at this and their last name of the team, I swear to you, Edwards.
Oh my God.
I totally, as soon as I saw his face pop up on my feed and my stack of stuff every single morning when I go through like what happened yesterday, what's going on today, what things are important, that water cooler talk that people are having. And I looked and I was like, that guy was at my trivia last night. Wait a minute, that guy's dead. So totally different Edwards guy. But the You Got Mail guy died.
He was only like, I think 74.
Was not that old.
Not at all.
Because I was like, wait a minute, that seems like so long ago, but it really wasn't.
Have you seen the woman that does Siri?
No.
There's an audio clip somewhere, like a video clip on.
I think that would freak me out. And also I feel really bad because I get mad at her all the time.
and they're always listening anyway. Can you imagine?
Oh, 100%. But I feel
the Stephanie files. You heard the X files. It's the Stephanie files.
Look at Adam Garsha. He's like, look at these two charismatic chamber executive directors. He's a president.
Excuse me. So I'm executive director. I get a president CEO title. Looks good on LinkedIn as well.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'll sit up straighter. I won't slouch.
Too funny.
So talking about caffeinating. So all the stuff you do on top of the chamber world.
Well, that's exactly it. It's that balance. And I'm trying to find that right now. Good luck to me.
I'm waiting for the coffee IV bag to be hanging from the ceiling here.
You posted your coffee memes today. Marty is the king of memes.
Coffee memes.
Mm-hmm.
Neutral, non-political coffee memes.
Just the king of memes. Memes, reels.
I did post one yesterday. Stay calm, drink coffee. So hopefully that brought some.
That's it.
Solitude to some people out there, but
womp womp.
We move on.
Absolutely.
Stay positive, move on.
And Adam, thank you so much for everything that you're doing. You just took over in your new big boy role over at Take Care Cape Cod. And I just absolutely love the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And we definitely adhere to a lot of the stuff that you're talking about with our Mashpee Farmers Market. And we're going to be talking a little bit more. I know you've got a couple of sessions coming up as well. God almighty, the frog already today.
It's okay. You have a voice though. After a couple of meetings and stuff. Well, actually, you do night stuff. So the more next. When do you sleep anyway?
I actually
is that in your vocabulary? Or just naps.
I do. I shut it down.
You shut it down.
Even last night, I was just like by 9:30. I have a little ding that my phone does, and I'm like, good night. It's almost like Pavlov's dog. When I hear it, I'm like. So if I'm out past it, I'm like, guys, I'm not going to last long. I'm telling you right now. I can't. Really, it's past 9:30. You were out. You had a late night last week after your meeting.
Yeah, after parties.
Party pants.
Yeah, we had an interesting this year annual meeting. We tried to do something different because our annual meetings are usually the end of the month in October. And it's always, 5 or 6 other meetings I've gone to. So I tried to do something fun. So we had a Halloween costume event and a spectacular event to
it was really fun.
Spooktacular, not spectacular.
Yeah, there you go.
Spooktacular.
Yep.
So highlighting some businesses and some wonderful people too, get some awards. So it was really great. If you want to check our website, hyannis.com, or our social media page, there's a lot more on there too. So
happy Friday to you, Dave. And yeah, my voice is distinctive. Yes, it is. I loved your your meeting because it was such a mullet. It was half were
That's
dressed
a
up.
hashtag right there. It's a mullet.
It was a
Great.
mullet. Half were all like dressed up for Halloween, and then the other half were very business.
Yes. Well, we have someone playing tunes too, which was really nice.
Well, you know what? It was just, it fills the
So
void
thank you for that.
sometimes, you
Yes.
know, when you got a couple of tunes, and I went with like 50s, 60s Halloween music. Somebody was like, it was old school. I was like, I know. I'm just trying to mix it up. I'm so sick of when you listen to music all day, every day, you get so bored of same said music that I'm always looking for different sounds, even or nothing at all.
Well, it's like top 40 radio years ago. They don't even call it top 40 anymore, do they?
Yeah, it is still top 40.
CHR.
CHR. It's still contemporary hits.
Yeah.
Radio.
Well, I go back to middle of the road formats for crying out loud. I'm aging myself for crying out loud.
What is middle
This
of
is
the
when
road?
Tony Orlando and Don were still singing for crying out loud. You know,
Stuff that
knocked
won't
3
offend
times
you.
on the ceiling. You know,
Yeah,
like
right.
That's, oh my God.
Stuff that won't offend you, FM.
No, that's a format.
Stuff I could hear at the doctor's office sometimes.
When half the morning show's bleeped out, that's pretty bad, right? Goodness.
Go big or go home. It's got to be fun. You know what? Getting up is hard to do sometimes.
What's an FCC fine? It's no big deal. Just cut the check.
Do they even listen? I don't even think the FCC listens anymore.
No.
Somebody's paid us. We're going to stay here. We'll be here. It is so different when you are traveling. What are the rules like when you're in Aruba?
Regarding
radio stuff like that.
There's a gentleman there who's my radio hero. He literally has a laptop. He has a 100-watt transmitter, FM station. He just goes around to different venues. Everything is free, and that's how he makes his money. Basically, he charges some airtime commercials, but he goes to events, his restaurant bills, grocery store, everything's taken care of. It's all comped. So it's a great
That's
gig.
not a bad gig, and you live in Aruba.
And you live in Aruba. Yeah. His
Are
radio
you-
station is a laptop.
How do you get ready for a vacation? Are you one of those people that waits? And I wait till the very last minute, like hours before my flight, and shove it in a bag, and it is what it is.
So I have a routine every day. So basically, I need about half an hour to pack. Not even.
Okay.
Everything's boom, boom, boom. It's already prepped for me because this is 5 years in a row now. So I'll be going to Aruba in a couple of weeks. So this is what
But
I'm
do you
talking about.
like have a routine? Are you one of those people that's like, okay, by 3 months before I have to get this, whatever, or I have to replace my bathing suit, or I need flip flops, or I need whatever it is?
It's always in the same beach bag that I have even when I go on the beach here.
I'm
it's
pretty
all-
low
it's
key
all
like
good.
that too.
It's all good.
I have friends that have like fully packed, ready to go a month beforehand. They're
Oh,
like,
God.
I'm done.
God, let me fix my headset here. There we go.
My husband is also one of those last minute, never packs anything he needs. We were in Nashville last weekend.
Oh, I've always wanted to go there. That's on my to-go list.
There's a fine line in Nashville. Last time I went to Nashville, I was there for a week, way too long. This time I went to Nashville 2 days, and we flew into Louisville, not long enough. So it's like, you've got to find that perfect medium of having enough time to visit a honky tonk, walk around town, check stuff out, pay $40 for a mixed drink, and then get the hell out of there, because no one can live like that.
Do they use the word honky tonk down
They
there?
do.
They really?
Yeah.
Aye,
Yeah.
aye.
That's
But I heard the restaurants are absolutely amazing. The food scene there is just crazy.
so good.
Yeah.
Food is fabulous. Everything is open. I took a photo because I was like, are you kidding me? It was like Times Square, but it was 6 p.m. and every restaurant, every bar was full, music flowing out of every place. People were going to watch the Predators. People were going to watch the Ryman Auditorium is right there. The Grand Ole Opry. It's just like people doing all kinds of things all the time.
Is there a boot scoot boogie video of you doing?
No, absolutely. There was no boot scooting anything. I was lucky to be walking.
Also, there was bourbon involved or something else down there. I see now.
Well, that was when I was in Kentucky. We made a stop. We flew into Louisville because one of our friends, he does business down there. So he does medical supply. So that's like kind of his territory. So he wanted us to see around his territory area. And we stopped at Jim Beam, which very much I suggest you go. Also, while writing trivia for this week, I was like, Mammoth Caves, that's the largest cave system in the world, is in Kentucky.
Who knew?
And I was like, as we're driving by on the highway, I was like, hey, I wrote that on my trivia. Can we like go over there? So it was kind of neat to see that,
Awesome.
right? It was just really neat to be a tourist somewhere else in a place that I've never been to Kentucky, nor would I was like, I need to go to Kentucky. So it happened. And the highlight of that was going to Buc-ee's.
Really?
Who thought a gas station would be the most exciting thing? We went twice. We went on the way
To a gas station.
to a gas station with 100 pumps.
Oh my God.
It's massive. It's not just any gas station. It's massive. So we went to Buc-ee's. They have a mascot. They have a full-on smoker food thing in the middle of it. They yell when the pulled pork is coming out, and then they chop it all up. They make this whole like presentation for you. And
at
then
a gas station.
At a gas station. And then the
Gas
whole
City, it sounds like.
and then the back side of it is like kind of like a Bass River Sports situation. It's bizarre.
I've been to that before. That's amazing too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So think of that in a gas
It's a
station.
gas station. So you're pumping gas, your hands are smelly of gas, and you're getting pulled pork.
They
Is that
have
the barbecue effect part of that too?
well, you go in and it said world famous restrooms.
Do I ask any more? Is a bidet involved in this?
So I'm like, this place is
Goodness.
magical. It's
100
like
100 pumps, but how many toilets per bathroom?
giant stalls, massive giant stalls, all close to the ground.
Close to the ground.
Close to the ground. You know
Okay,
how like
okay.
we in the United States have this fascination with barely closed bathroom stalls where you can see through the sides. There's always like a little kid staring at you through the corner
Oh,
or underneath
Jesus.
your thing. There's none of this. They're rooms.
Wow.
They're bathrooms,
The changing room.
right? Full on changing room, showers. You like it says world famous bathrooms. I've never been in a place like this before.
This could be a whole show
Yeah,
talking
right.
about this.
Seriously, what's up, Don? Thanks for joining us on the West Coast.
Would this work? Does the concept work on Cape Cod?
Absolutely not. This is not Cape Cod at all. This is definitely Kentucky.
We want you to get on out, buy things, visit our beaches.
well,
our
it's
businesses.
just there. It's vast, and it's just there's not a lot going on. Like we have so much going on, jam packed. Everybody wants to be by the water. We've got the blue economy.
Yes, we do.
They don't. They have cornfields
They have the whiskey economy
and
bourbon
caves.
economy.
Like, what are we gonna do here to stay alive, everybody?
So I've been to Tennessee a few times, North Carolina, South Carolina. The lifestyle is so slower,
Mm-hmm.
more calm, serene. You know, after dinner,
Yep, that's it.
that's it.
Have a
We're-
great day.
Yeah, literally. If you can raise your arm after doing the whiskey
It's
shots.
yeah, it's very bizarre. What's up, Danny Walsh? I've got Danny Walsh's wife on the show with us on Monday, Brandy, who I just saw that is opening her brick and mortar,
That's
which is
amazing.
exciting.
Good for her.
It's so amazing to see business ideas grow into these awesome, larger than life places. So I'm really excited to see Brandy and talk to her about her unique take on baked goods, herbivore patisserie, and that'll be Monday on the show. Yes, it is Veterans Day. Thank you very much to all of our veterans. I appreciate you. I know the Steamship Authority is offering free rides to any veterans on Monday.
The Cape Cod Happenings Museum also. I
Okay.
got something else I can read for the town of Barnstable.
Oh, thank you very much, Marty. Look at you coming with facts.
Yes, minor show prep.
Perfect. Minor.
So Veterans Day ceremony happening on Monday, of course, starting at 9:30 at the Hyannis Village Green Bandstand. And after that, you can join the Veterans Day ceremonies. Will be moving into Town Hall, the Cape and Islands Veterans Outreach Center, the 7th Annual Veterans Town Hall with buffet brunch. And there'll also be a lot of veterans there telling their stories of their service to the country.
Very cool.
It is amazing. So if you have a chance to participate in that, that's also great. And thank you for your service too.
Thank you. George, are you visiting us from Portugal right now? He said Portugal can't
That's
read the
amazing.
signs. Peed in 3 men's rooms, go bathrooms. I don't know what that means, but thank you for visiting us. We are international, Marty.
Yes. And if I can reveal what we'll be doing in December.
Yes, you may.
So I'll be broadcasting here from Aruba.
I'm
One
very
gig.
pumped for this.
So
I think he just really wanted this so he could taunt me with the beautiful beach and to just sit there and live that beach bum lifestyle and just float it out there.
there may be some guests too, because there are a lot of people I meet down there all the time from the Cape. So if they want to reveal themselves,
The amount of Cape Codders that go to Aruba
Mhm.
all the time, it seems to be once you go there, that is the place you go from now on ever.
Absolutely. It's one happy island and it's very expensive. I will say that, but it's almost guaranteed sun, same temperature, minimal rain. If it does rain, you might get 3 inches of rain in half an hour, but then again, it's gone.
Brace
It's gone.
yourself.
Brace yourself. It all goes back in the ocean, just floods right out, so to speak.
So nice.
That's rare though, but anyway.
Well, I've never experienced that. My husband is not one for tropical vacations.
There are casinos and a lot of restaurants.
Well, then he's fine.
And the other side of the island's a desert. So.
There's something about a casino that just drags him in, and I don't know why. It's unnecessary. Meanwhile, Cheapy over here, I'm like, oh my God, I can't gamble.
I saw someone once in a casino in Aruba. Literally, they're almost 90% of the trip. I'm like,
Yeah.
why'd you even bother?
Right?
Just go to Foxwoods or
Yeah.
Sun.
Yeah. Why did
bother?
you spend money to be here in Aruba?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's bizarre to me. Our question of the day: what part about aging do you wish people named or warned you about, told you about? There's so many things.
Oh my goodness.
There are so many things.
You start to discover the words Aleve and Tylenol.
For me, my new drug of choice, and I talk about it all the time, is magnesium. I don't know what it is, but you need it.
I read about that.
I'm telling you right now, it helps with your sleep. It helps with your everything. Just take it. It's my new favorite thing.
And that doesn't go with milk of magnesia. It's a different word,
No,
right?
totally different.
Just want to be sure.
That's for my nausea and stress for my new job. No, I'm kidding. It's going to be great. It's going to be fine. What's up?
You have a lot of places to get some stronger liquids where your office is, so it's okay too.
I am very much excited that it is Friday. It really has truly been an extra long week, and we are celebrating tonight with a couple of cards. We've got Pitch and Pints. It's happening over at Knockabout, and we're just going to be playing some cards, having a good time. Our friends over at Cape Cod Pickle are going to be there, and they're bringing the pickle seltzer, so that will be on draft. If you want to try the Tickle My Pickle seltzer.
I'm not even going to comment on that. I will just let that go.
Pickle people are pretty much a very special breed. We had over 500 people come to our Pickle Palooza in the Mashpee Commons.
I don't know if I can say that in 2 words straight.
Right? So many P's. Love alliteration. You have to take 3 a day. Oh, my magnesium pills are horse pills.
Oh my God.
I only take 1 giant medical grade one at night, and it seems to knock me out, and it seems to be helpful. So get it done.
Going back to the traveling part before I forget.
Yes.
The easy part, it's so much easier now during the COVID years of traveling because particularly in Aruba, other countries too. Aruba, one time you had to take a COVID test to come back in the country.
Yep.
So we took our test, and it was 2 hours before. So Allison got her COVID result maybe 8 hours before. It's an hour before I'm ready to get the flight, and I still didn't get the result. Then I called frantically. Otherwise, I'm stuck. I can't leave. So they didn't send it. So I passed, but it was this close.
That's scary.
So I left a wonderful vacation with extreme stress again because I'm like, I
right?
leave the island. I'm stuck.
Well, I
wouldn't be stuck.
It wouldn't be the worst
somewhere.
place on earth to be stuck. I mean,
hi, I'm Marty, your busboy. How can I help you?
that did happen to us the last time we went to the Azores, and when we met George over in the island of Pico, and every single island we went to, we had to get a new test. I was like, oh, this is awful.
It's crazy.
I'm so glad we're beyond this right now. It was a weird time.
It was just awful on the servers. I mean, everybody had these protocols we had to go for. And I'm still seeing these stickers, these 6-foot stickers in some places. I want to take a putty knife and just scrape them off.
Like, just leave them. I mean, that's the nostalgia. That's going to be part of the framework in which we have the conversations, kind of like, you know, when you're cleaning out old people's homes from World War II and I, and you're finding all this weird stuff. And it was, it's a story. It's part of our story, everyone. We've got stuff to tell.
Yes.
And boy, do we ever.
So what's this yellow beast in your driveway?
That is our new market vehicle.
Nice.
So we finally got insurance on it because I was like, listen, my husband's like, I'm not driving that thing without insurance. One person at the market falls on it. Something's going to happen. I'm like, you're not wrong.
You can't miss it.
I know. Well, we needed
You'll probably on Google Maps next time on the satellite. You'll be able to pick it up and match.
Cindy, Pitch and Pints is going to be tonight over at Knockabout at 6 until 8. So if you're looking for something to do, come and grab a snack and play some cards with us. So that yellow beast had been sitting in my driveway, in my yard for quite some time. And I was thinking, all right, well, we need some sort of weather protection. And also I need to get all of the market stuff out of my house. It's in my living room. It's in my front hall. It needs to get out of here.
This is a satellite marker. You can probably pick it up from space if you get lost.
Exactly.
This is where Stephanie lives.
She is bright yellow. She is ready to go. She's got a chalkboard paint stripe around her so we can write whatever we want on her.
Let's get a Yellow Submarine adapted theme song for this or something.
My neighbors hate us.
That's where the black shades are from, I guess. I wonder why that's about.
So today we're doing some final touches on the inside, and all of the market stuff will live in there now. So it's like our mobile office.
Nice.
For that, because we are in talks with our good friends over the Canal Regional Chamber to do another market over there.
Marie, that chamber's great too.
I know Marie's amazing. So that's coming in
Absolutely.
2025, and we're really excited as we grow that little dream of an idea into something that's actual, real, and tangible. So, in all of my free time,
I tell you, you'll get to know the other chamber directors. You know most of them already, but they've been such a help to me in my starting my job, and it's a really great, passionate group.
Yeah,
and we all have war stories to tell, so to speak, as we go along over the years in this job. But
I don't think I've ever had such a warm reception to a space that I am like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and everyone's like, oh, welcome. It was really, really nice.
I should have brought a bottle of Jack Daniels. You're welcome. Not a flower basket, a fruit basket.
You know who gave me a nice bottle of Yellowstone whiskey was Dino last week. He's like, Yellowstone's coming back on TV, so that's Sunday.
Oh my goodness.
And he's like, the Yellowstone drinking game. I said no, and I definitely don't need it. But thank you for the bottle of whiskey.
Talk about a TV program, a program that had so much going on, all of a sudden dead stop for almost 2 years.
I know.
It had so much momentum going.
Well, you know why?
What's his name?
Yeah, exactly. Kevin Costner had to go be inappropriate with the TAs. It's always a man being inappropriate somewhere, somehow.
But can you imagine all these people working on this project, this series, all the behind the scenes people?
I know. They should have just left him blown up in the series. I apologize if you've been watching and I ruined something for you if you haven't. What's up, Ricky? Hey, Liz. Thanks for joining us. We've got Marty Brumell from the Greater Hyannis Chamber with us today. And we're just talking Cape Cod stuff. I saw that David Portnoy was visiting all of our Cape Cod restaurants.
Yeah, he lives in Nantucket, I believe.
What a sweet little gig he's got going on for himself.
Just pizza.
Right?
And he doesn't put any weight on. But he's also worth 100 million, so I guess he has time to do these.
What was he talking about? The flop?
Thank God I missed that in SIP.
I thought I timed it just right.
If your pizza flops, it's a problem, right?
Right? Exactly. So I saw him over at
just for pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that could adapt another parts.
Well, two of my favorite bar pie pizzas that he reviewed was the Trading Post Lounge. Shout out to our friend Pat. And also Paul's Pizza and Falmouth. Shout out to our friend Pete. So, yeah, I mean, I was just excited to see him. Then he was loving the Flying Bridge onion rings. I was like, yay. It's nice to give a little highlight to the towns and stuff that you normally walk around and see. There's
also a big Facebook page, South Shore Bar Pizza. That's been a trend that's been extremely popular the past few years. It's also that small little bar pizza that's out there. So
I love them.
Yes.
And if you haven't been to the Trading Post, I definitely suggest you go there. Small menu. Everything on it's delicious. And you leave there not leaving behind your entire paycheck. It's very nice.
Also the power of social media.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the chambers can help you with too, with your businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody for Love Live Local, which is an amazing organization also. And then we're recognized yesterday at the CCYP breakfast, the annual breakfast, with an award. We're all going to be pummeled with national ads for Christmas, which is coming up in holidays, I should say, too, holidays and Christmas, but we're 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away from this. So this will help your social media presence using the Chamber platforms to get your word out, what you're selling and promoting.
I know as a business owner how difficult it is to get your message across and let people know what it is that you're doing and how to connect with them. So I love that we're kind of the middle people to connect them with other people. So it's really, really nice to be that community connector.
Mm-hmm. Well, you've done that already with the farmers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just really hard. And I'm as we're going into crazy shopping season, just a gentle reminder to shop local as much as you possibly can. And I know it's not convenient, and I know the hours are off sometimes, and it's just not in your way of where you're driving, but the shift in a few dollars really makes such a huge difference overall to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I love, when you buy something off Amazon, nothing happening. But when you buy something from somebody local, an owner does a little dance somewhere. It is absolutely true. I've seen it.
Plus, it's a nice shopping experience too.
One
of the things we do in March and April is we visit the village, the different towns of Barnstable.
Yeah.
And I get to meet a lot of owners. even though they're not chamber members, just to tell them the chamber is active. We're here for you if you need us.
Yeah.
But I get to hear different stories too of how they
Right.
started businesses, their thoughts on what's going on in the political world that affects them, so to speak,
Yep.
and then local towns in the zoning issues, things like that. So it's always good to meet folks, but you get to hear the actual stories behind the story, how this business started, which is always great.
Totally. We're
You know?
working on some stuff like that in the Mashpee community. And I've got a great meeting with Chris Ball over at Mashpee TV. You are working with another media outlet as well.
Correct. I sit as the board chair of the Cape Media Center in Dennisport.
Yeah,
also,
and they're
so-
wonderful over
so-
there too. We can do this locally.
very-
I can't shout that out enough.
if the word local doesn't apply to you, I mean, all the stuff you're doing, the events and the farmers market and other things. nonprofits
Yeah,
that you
our
do.
Christmas market too is gearing up. We've got a big event coming up, Clam Jam. So if you've got a great amateur stuffy, which I know that you know people that make good ones, none are better than mine. I was reminded of that the other day. And this is not just a brag. This was a moment I had. I was at E4All. It was a pitch competition. There was a woman in there that was doing a pitch. And after it was all wrapped up, she walks over and she's like, Stuffies. And I was like, yeah. And then I remembered her from one of the competitions that we had. And she was at the time a fisher. And she had this amazing food blog. She was 25, 26. It was just a really cool, I loved everything about her. And her stuffy was absolutely delicious. Very different from mine, but also really good. And I was just blown away at how put together she was, like what a foodie, how passionate she was about farming her own clams, the whole process of putting it all together. And it was just one of those moments where we had, because I had won trophies over there.
No
I
embellishment
love
here,
awards,
ladies and
none at
gentlemen.
all.
No, not at all.
But it was really funny because she didn't remember me from the radio. She didn't remember me from anything else. She's like, Stuffy. So I was like, yeah, girl. So I got her to come and do her latest.
So to clarify for some folks, between a quahog and a stuffy, what's the difference?
It is. It's a stuffed quahog. That's what a stuffy is.
Okay.
However you do it, whether you put linguiça in there or maybe you have veggies. I've got one that's coming to our competition that's an Italian stuffy. So it's, Italian herbs and spices, and that's
All
just
sounds
really
interesting.
right. So it's just a bunch of different foods. We've got the Conspiracy of Noise. So we've got a full band. We've got a blow up band shell. So I'm really hoping the weather cooperates with us, but we're doing this regardless. We have mermaids coming to Clam Jam.
I love
like
it.
they're going to be in water. Remember that scene in Splash where he like
Yes.
takes her out to the tank?
Yes.
We've got a mermaid tank. We've got mermaids.
We're aging ourselves with Splash.
I know. Daryl Hannah's what, 70?
Yikes. But to go back to E4All for a second, what a great organization that is too.
Yeah.
Talk about Brandy also opening up her own store. Someone that had a hobby doing this.
Yeah.
Started a very small business. She also has like a dessert ATM at the Cape Cod Mall, which is amazing.
I don't know
too.
if you've seen the cupcake ATM in the mall, but that is Brandy's.
But stuff like that. And now a storefront, which is just wonderful from a business
Innovation.
person, a chamber person to hear this too.
Yeah.
So congratulations. But just like, we're talking about small business, the creativity of a lot of talent here, Stuffies.
Yeah, right.
Another business for you, Stephanie Stuffy. Say that 5 times quickly.
Well, I love it. The culinary incubator is doing a lot of great things. And I
Yes.
know a lot of our Mashpee Farmers Market people are going to be at the culinary incubator. They've got an event happening this weekend as well. Adriana, great to see you here this morning. She said, I love Paul's Pizza, one of our favorites as well. Miss Emily, if you can get into the office today, that would be great. RTB, what about mermen? Come on. We got some extra tails. Hop in a tank, buddy.
Merman.
I know you're going to be one of the judges of our amateur stuffy competition. And if you want to throw a tail on and get in the tank, I'm not telling you no.
With the country music theme.
Let's get weird. I'm always down for a good, bad idea. I'm like, what is it? Tell me. Let's do it.
As long as you get fined or anything, there's no zoning violation, right?
Exactly.
Or just stop it before they show up.
You ask for
Listen to the
forgiveness later.
scanner.
You
That's
just
right.
ask forgiveness later, right? You know how that works.
The Penance channel. That'll be the show after
It's
this.
going to be me.
Penance
You're
FM.
actually watching the Penance channel right now as you're here. Welcome.
The Stephanie Confessional is brought to you by.
Today is National STEAM or STEM Day as well. So shout out to our sciences and our arts and our people doing cool things and innovative things. I appreciate you. I'm in awe of you.
They pick these events that make it difficult for morning radio personalities to pronounce them. Stephanie Stuffies. I mean, you can get caught up on these things very easily.
Alliteration, Marty. Just got to go slow and pronounce.
Yeah.
Do your best. It's also National Cappuccino Day, which I could definitely use one. I had a really good one the other day at Pan d'Avignon. It was delicious. Delicious.
There's obviously I'm a coffee holic.
Yeah.
Let's say so. There's one place in Aruba that's just an amazing place too. So
you've got your favorite.
Yes.
We have seasonal flavors of all of the coffees
out
out there right now. What is it? Venezuelan.
Oh, the place?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sure anybody that's been to Aruba, if you can think of it, you'll have to taunt me with it in a couple of weeks when you're there and hold it up.
Taunt you with it.
Here.
It's bad. Bad enough you're going to be the problem with the backdrop. Now I have to take in consideration the time factor. So Aruba's 1 hour behind, so I have to plan.
You have to get up extra early.
I get up at 5 anyway down there.
Oh, so you'll be fine.
Sleep is secondary down there because you can sleep on the beach and just But I wanted to get every daylight moment down there that I can.
Speaking of sunrise, the sun set tonight, 4:30 p.m.
Yeah. But after December 22nd, I believe it's a minute later every day.
Oh, look at you.
Santos Coffee
bastion
in Aruba.
Of positivity.
Bastion, yes. Not bastard, bastion. Thank you.
Merman, we're getting them.
Merman.
Yes.
I think of Ethel, but I can't think of anything else as far as I made you myself for that.
You did it, not me.
Well, that's true. We'll fight this out after the show.
Yeah, right. Honestly, that was all you.
Microphones and cords flying and whipping each other.
That sounds fun.
That's another show. That's the After Midnight show. With the Whip It, Do It Good song.
Yeah, right. Whip It Good.
Yeah.
That's one of our videos, by the way, for a music bingo, not to sidetrack it. So inappropriate. But the one where he's like whipping the cigarette out of her mouth. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so old. And sometimes I have to warn people when the videos are about to play. I did not make these videos. Don't cancel me. They are inappropriate. I'm just warning you now. Like when the Why Can't We Be Friends video comes on.
Yes.
And it's just so inappropriate. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm sorry. The Carl Douglas Kung Fu fighting. And also I'm like, it's sorry.
Yeah.
So we have to be very careful with our videos, especially when a 20-something comes into a restaurant and they're like, what is happening here? And it's like, this is the old timey video.
Yeah.
This is the inappropriate 80s. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't think Archie Bunker and All in the Family would survive these days.
Absolutely not.
No.
It just
was
wouldn't.
Controversial back then anyway with Norman Lear, what he was putting up a product back then, but still we're more sensitive, but then again respectful too. So
yeah. So we've got so many
as we segue from Whip It.
Listen, it was a video. We didn't make it. We appreciate it. We were fascinated by it. We moved on.
You want to go to the Stroke Me song, right?
Yeah, right.
Billy Squire.
Well, one of our chamber friends from the Cape Cod Chamber, Liz, was dressed as one of Robert Palmer's Addicted to Love girls.
That's
that was another one of those videos I saw.
Awesome.
And I saw her and I was like, I love that. Who else was at your annual meeting that was dressed up fabulously?
Mr. Matt Pitta dressed up quite interestingly. So also
Shake and Bake over there. It goes along with his Seaside Le Mans.
Shake and Bake.
Right? He was Shake and Bake at the end of the night. It's like a sweaty man in a plastic bag. You're welcome, Pitta.
Oh my God.
He needed a wardrobe.
Where's the
change.
dump button?
Yeah, right.
Yikes.
Old-timey radio phrases.
Oh,
Where is the dump button? Insider baseball, that's the button you used to press if something bad happened or somebody swore and you wouldn't let it get over the air because there was a small delay.
One of the songs that just popped in my head when I was doing the radio back in the 70s, Captain and Teal, and it was a popular song. Do that to me one more time.
Yes.
I'm like crawling out of my seat like, ay.
So inappropriate. I had this conversation with another mom the other
Stroke
day.
Me, Whip It. I mean, all these things.
Absolutely.
Like,
but it's not just then. It's now too. I had this conversation and we were laughing because you see it on TikTok where a kid inadvertently says something silly because they heard it in a song or they heard somebody else say it. And it's song lyrics. It's always the song lyrics.
Yeah. But you don't forget them.
Right.
Right.
And as my 5-year-old is in the back seat saying sticks and stones may break my bones, but chains and whips excite me. And I'm like, all right, no more Rihanna.
Oh my God.
All right, no more Rihanna. It's just like It happens.
I had where was a supermarket recently, and I just laughed. This little 3-year-old just said "F it," and I just giggled, and the mother looked at me like I didn't expect that. So sorry,
Right?
In the supermarket aisle. So
Kids say the best things. And
where did they pick that up?
I love being around them very much. Well, that was another one of our trivia questions. Kids are like parrots. And this week it was who was thrown out of Andrew Jackson's funeral for swearing. It was his pet parrot.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Right? Because Andrew Jackson was known for being quite the swarthy.
Swarthy? Is that the word?
Swarthy.
Swarthy? Swarthy?
Swearer, if you will. Oh my God, this show has gone to pot. I'll tell you that right now.
So that's another topic.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
We have so many events going on, and eventsoncape.com is our website. Events on Cape Cod is our Facebook group. We're almost at 10,000 people, and you can share from any place you're at. Doesn't matter where on the Cape, what's going on, from a PTO event to a yard sale. I don't care what's going on. Share it with everyone because it's nice to see some different stuff.
Absolutely. And that brings a lot of smaller organizations to, get their
Yeah.
events highlighted too.
Well, because you and I, we kind of follow the schedule. This is what's this month. This is what's that
Right.
month. And it's great to have a little fresh take on things.
Mhm.
Victoria reached out to me and asked us to do Family Feud for the PTO at Quashnet. So I'm so excited. We built this amazing Family Feud game, and we've played it a few times, but I would love to see it get some more traction out there. So we're going to be doing it as a fundraiser.
Give me an idea for next year's annual meeting. Chamber Feud.
Could you imagine? I floated it out to one of our corporate people that we usually do events for, and he's like, no, they'll break the buttons. He's like, they're so aggressive. We can't. I had fun playing with them on Monday during a trivia thing. And he's like, don't give them anything that they'll break it. And then they'll get in a fight. And then if you get them, I was like, whoa.
Yep.
But they are very passionate about what they do.
Absolutely.
And they do not like to lose. So it was very, very fun and amusing to be in a room full of people that were just very, very competitive.
I think this program, Kids Say the Funniest Things, would be creative again to start up again.
Whatever happened to that? Why did it go by the wayside? Did the host die?
Could be. If you go back to Art Linkletter, for crying out loud, back to the 50s.
That's usually what
60s.
happens. It was so good, and then they died.
Well, Family Feud is still back.
Yeah. Steve Harvey is great on it, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. It has stood the test of time for a long time, but he's managed to put his weird Steve Harvey spin on it.
There are some things that are on that made some social media, like this blonde. I can't think of her name right now.
Yeah.
She had this meme, and all of a sudden she's a personality on YouTube now. You just never know.
The Hawk Tour girl.
Oh, that's her name. Yes. What the heck's her name?
I don't know. She's the Hawk Tour girl.
But she has a show now.
Yeah, but she actually is funny.
She is. She's got a great talent.
Yeah.
But she actually, part of her proceeds go to pets and providing food and.
Isn't it incredible? Just like that one moment of your life that
out of a nightclub after a few
right.
drinks. This is how this happened, apparently.
How did you get famous? YouTube.
This never happened at Puffer Belly, Stephanie.
Well,
that's another story.
That is some conversation right there. As I was dropping my daughter off at the bus station, and I was like, oh, those walls.
So I'll never forget my first time there. It's
at Puffer Bellies.
Puffer Bellies. Part of the club was rap or whatever music, right?
Yeah.
Then the other part was country music, line dancing. I'm like, yeah, very interesting dynamic here.
Yep. And then the back was the volleyball.
Volleyball too.
Yeah. So
people drinking doing volleyball are very interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. Absolutely. There used to be a contest out back there. We used to have so much fun, actually. But it had a distinct smell. In the John Morgan days, rest his soul.
Talk about a legend there, right?
Cape Cod legends.
My God.
If you did not get to partake in a John Morgan happy hour, I apologize. You really missed something special. It's a memory. It's a core memory. It's one of those.
So many responses I can say to this.
Yeah.
So get the dump button ready or the sound effects button.
We're good. We're good, Marty.
Yeah.
We celebrate it.
Thank you.
My air horns are broken right now. Well, I don't know what's happening over here.
Yeah. Well,
we have to give ourselves our applause because nobody else is.
I forgot to have those wonderful toys over there.
I got stuff to play with. Absolutely. So Marty Bermel is here from the Greater Hyannis Chamber. What else is going on Hyannis wise for as we're coming into holidays? I know this is the time of year that we blink and it's over.
Boy, we started to promote the stroll, Hyannis Main Street Stroll.
Yep.
Love the locals having a big event on the Village Green that same day. We have a boat parade happening. I'm missing something, I know. I think it's hyannisholidays.info is the website, but you can check on our Facebook page too. I'm promoting that too. So Elizabeth Worthbain with the Hyannis Main Street Business Improvement District is doing an amazing job too.
She does a lot.
So Hyannis Main Street, Google Hyannis Main Street. There's a lot of stuff happening. I know the stroll. We have coming up. We actually have something coming up where we have Love the Locals happening.
High Art Shanties also.
The Shanties also will be having some stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff happening. Just not just Hyannis, but all the towns on.
This is one of my favorite times of year throughout the Cape.
And we're like 2 weeks away from this, 3 weeks away.
I know.
So if there's anything out of this past week, you get some wonderful things happening, some positivity.
Turkey Day stuff. If you're
Turkey Day, yes.
If you're looking for food and meals, we've got that available for you. I know at our Mashpee Chamber, we will deliver them to you. So all you have to do is call us and send us an email. And Roach Brothers has teamed up with us to be able to deliver those meals anywhere throughout the Cape. If you're looking for food, Family Table Collaborative, they pump out tons of meals.
Yep, Jenny does a great job there too.
Such a good job. Also, if you're looking for community, not just food, and you want to go and have a meal, Valley Grill in Mashpee, Don and Pete are absolutely amazing. Don and Will have opened their doors and they're like, come in and it's going to be 1 o'clock. Serve yourself whatever it is for food and just be with people so you're not alone, which I think is awesome.
Absolutely. Especially, it's a tough time of year sometimes for a lot of folks.
Right. So. Exactly. And you don't have to be lonely and you don't have to be alone and you don't have to be without food. We have all of these things for you. All you have to do is say, hi, I need you. Mm-hmm. That's it. You don't even have to qualify.
Don't need to know. Don't prejudge. Just we're here for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just wanted to make that mentioning as Thanksgiving comes around, because I know the holidays are difficult. There's a lot of loss. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of family gatherings that you're like, oh my God, I have to deal with that one weird uncle that says all of the blah. And you're like,
keep the politics neutral, please.
Oh God.
Does that ever happen?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
have to, of course.
We started, when you've got kids and you want to go see this parent and this aunt and that uncle. And finally, I think after 5 to 6 years of doing that with the kids, we're like, no, we're going to be here. We're going to be home. People come to us.
Mm-hmm. One thing I used to do years ago when my parents were alive would bring out family albums, just go back through pictures and stuff, just to distract from any negativity. I had this one uncle that was just so politically wrong, let's say.
Yeah.
Not just wrong, but I shouldn't say wrong, but he's very controversial with some of his comments on people's lifestyles. He was really inappropriate, let's say. So bring out family albums, pictures, movies, clips, stuff.
The pitfalls of holidays with families.
Brought to you by Lemonade.
Right.
Another talk show, controversial as it may be.
It's just screams for a full hour.
The screen went blank. What happened?
So good.
We're off the air. What happened?
Good morning, Lisa. 7 Thanksgiving faux pas you won't believe that people still make.
Do I dare ask?
Forgetting to accommodate dietary restrictions. Like if you've got, so-and-so doesn't have turkey.
And intentionally just don't take care of that person.
Right. Exactly. Just have something to offer everybody. And bringing unannounced dishes.
Unannounced, like?
Don't bring a casserole when I'm making a casserole. So now we've got competing casseroles.
But it's the basis of a food fight in the kitchen afterwards.
My family was famous for this. And it was like so-and-so's potatoes. They call dinosaur potatoes. And then my uncle would be like, and like make noises behind them. And then they would bring their own mashed potatoes. And it was an issue. It was so rude. In hindsight, when I think about my childhood trauma and I think about all of the things that my aunts and uncles, because a very large family. My mom had 8 brothers and sisters. My dad had like 13. Like there were just cousins and people everywhere. And there was so much drama, so much. I mean, it was fun at the time. But thinking back, oh my God, these people were jerks to each other.
Was that your dinosaur meme? We could just cut that out next time.
The dinosaur potatoes.
Put that clip in the.
That is my childhood. It is. Neglecting to clean up before hosting.
Well,
At my house, you get what you get and you don't get upset. So I don't want to hear about it.
Hence paper plates.
Forgetting to taste dishes before serving them. Really? Who
Oh.
cares? Assuming you can take leftovers. I have one particular cousin that shows up. Now my aunt just buys her own Tupperware for when she shows up.
Oh my God, really?
And it's before people eat.
Just brings it out.
Before people
Stacks it.
eat, she will make her to-goes.
Oh wow.
It's unbelievable. It's very funny. Like, it doesn't matter, but it's comedy. It adds to the day. It really does. Showing up empty-handed. I think the famous comedian Bob Marley is out there with a meme rolling right now about empty-handed. Did you see her? Did you see her walked in empty-handed? You're the talk of the family. Never do this. I don't care if you're holding car keys and a kid. Never walk in with nothing, ever. Period. Overstaying your welcome.
Especially after drinking too much.
I just go to bed.
Get
I
rid
do
of
the
the-
Irish goodbye, so I don't care how long you stay at my house, but I'm already upstairs. I've retired.
The alarm goes off on your phone, right? So you gotta
I've
go,
retired.
I'm
It
done. I'm off
does.
the air.
You know me.
Goodbye. Yep.
I really do. This is something that I've adopted many, many years. And if you've been to a party at my house, you know, where is Stephanie? And then everybody laughs. It's the Irish goodbye in my own home. I've removed myself from the party. You guys continue. I'm good.
I had a family member once pull up, and I saw them pull up, and then drove away. Came back 10 minutes later. They went to 7-Eleven to get something, just an emergency, just whatever. And it was a couple table talk mini pies.
Shut up.
That was it back in the day.
Well, I mean,
Those
they
are great.
brought
They're
something.
still good pies.
They
but They
know.
got something. Yeah.
Overstaying.
But they ate most of them. So
So they brought their own food.
yeah,
I don't like that. That's
Yeah.
one of my faux pas.
competing
Bringing
pies.
your own food for you. Unless you've got a serious situation going on, you shouldn't just bring your own food for just you.
Someone brought a bottle of wine once, but that was just for them.
Oh,
Oh, so I went to grab the bottle of wine. Like, let me try it. Oh, no, that's for me. Didn't go over very well.
no, I don't love that. Like,
No.
bring some to share. And if you're not open to sharing, don't bring it. Bring your own flask. Bring your own Stanley or whatever it is. And what's in your Stanley is yours only.
This Stephanie profile, a protocol show for Thanksgiving, brought to you by.
Thanksgiving faux pas. Who's got any Thanksgiving faux pas? I know I'm definitely going to be talking about
That's
this
a good
next
question.
week because it's going to be one of our questions, and I'm sure nothing's going to be as riotous as how are you feeling today? Apparently went over like a lead balloon this week. I was like, all I'm saying is, how are you feeling today? Could have been good, could have been bad. Why are you stoking people's feelings?
We're staying positive here.
Well, John Catalesa was stoking people's feelings today. Did you read his
Yes,
post?
I did until I read to the end part of it.
You
But,
gotta always
you're
read
stepping there
to the
Yikes.
end,
Yes.
my friend. I ran into him in Nashville.
Really?
Yeah,
I miss his restaurant.
we
But
went.
He works so hard. The catering business is going great for him.
That's
too,
it.
though,
If you
so.
need some catering needs, and you might just want to pawn it off onto other people to let them do the amazing work. John and T do such a fabulous job. Our original gourmet brunch, OGB Catering is what it is. We miss you, John.
We do.
But I just saw you. So.
But the catering part, though, I see the presentations, what they do with the food also.
Absolutely
just amazing
beautiful.
Presentations.
And I got to tell you, they are the most amazing bosses. My daughter had her first summer working for them at the Melody Tent and loves them.
So it continues on.
Loves them.
Different
loves
tradition,
them.
different venue, but still.
Exactly.
The passion of food's still there.
Finally, on this list of the 7 faux pas of holiday dining, try to keep these mistakes in mind this holiday season. I think the list should continue on things you shouldn't be doing when in large gatherings, especially with your family.
Yes.
Can we not talk about health things?
You know, it's funny. I talked to someone the other day. The older we get, the more often we talk about health stuff.
All the time.
What is with that?
That's
It's the
all.
last thing I want to talk about is health stuff.
It's all I talk to my dad about. That's all. We go for half an hour of his stuff, his appointments, how they went, his new medications, what's going on, the new doctor.
Yeah.
And then it's like, how are yours? Like, this is a new language for me.
The health stuff. Let's talk about how was the beach yesterday?
Like, talk to me about the dog. Talk to me about whatever. Like, I know you're retired, but
let's talk about the warmer weather. I'm still going to the beach. I was on the beach last Sunday.
I talked to a lovely lady
Water was
yesterday.
58, a little nippy. That's
She
okay.
was at the beach yesterday. It was
Yeah.
so stinking beautiful yesterday
Yes.
to get out there and my face is shining and I'm sitting there in the sun like a cat trying to take it all in, our last moments of warmth.
The best words in the chamber life is Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take the laptop to the beach. It
Yeah.
can still work.
That is nice.
Absorb the sun. It's actually good for you.
I do like having an office though in the Mashpee Commons. If you're a business that has any needs or wants to chat with me or you got questions about your membership, please come up and bother me at Cape Space. I love visitors. I'm enjoying that little spot.
So you're changing from welcome to bother me?
Yeah.
The mat out front?
Come bother me.
Yeah, come bother me.
Right?
Hashtag.
I love it. So, welcome is way overused. Come bother me.
Just come on in.
Well, I think that we, especially I know as women, don't like to put upon on other people. Like, I'm not going to ask because then it's going to be this. Oh, please ask. Please come over and visit me.
Actually, with all the chambers, talk to us because it's a nice distraction from the other stuff we have to deal with sometimes. So
yeah,
I love greeting bus tours. We have a lot of folks that come up in Hyannis, particularly on Main Street. In the
You're that
summertime.
guy. You're like Forrest Gump.
Oh my! No,
like
I'm not that
big
bad.
Extra wave.
I'm not that bad.
I see my life.
I'd be more like Shrek with the wave, but that's beside the point. But
I love this. Thanks for the comments. I really appreciate them. I don't miss the work, but I really miss the people. That's Cape Cod. None of us like work. None of us like having 14 jobs.
No.
But we do like the people and we do like the area in which we are at. So
insomnia is part of the gig. It's the way it goes. So
yeah, I know, for those small moments where you can get those things.
Cat naps.
Mm-hmm. So you've got a ton of stuff going on. How do people get a hold of you if they're in the Hyannis area and they're like, why am I not part of the chamber? Or this sounds amazing. How do I get involved?
Our website, hyannis.com, has a lot of information. And Marty at hyannis.com is the email address, which is the best one to correspond. We have snail mail every so often. I give maybe 3 letters a month, but everything is online these days, of course. And social media. Check our Facebook page. I post several times a day. Newsletters once a week if you're a member, or actually you can just sign up and even if you're not even a member, hyannis.com, there's a link to sign up to our newsletters. Newsletters are great information sources, social media, all the stuff that you do. And welcome to the chamber world again.
I know.
I look forward to working with you more often.
Lemonadio is out in Hyannis. Tonight we'll be over at House of Hatchets. Curtis is hosting our $500 karaoke contest. Tons of contestants last week, but each week you have a chance to win your way to the finale for $500 and there's a prize. So definitely go see House of Hatchets and do a little karaoke tonight. And it's nice and early. It's 8 to 10.
When I'm in Aruba, I'm going to photograph this person video, actually, as long as I get his permission. He's a singing waiter.
Okay.
He's always singing when he's around bringing your food or something.
I love that.
Always.
Is it good though?
He's good.
Okay.
He's like an Elvis, a Rubian Elvis, so to speak.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I think
that talk to David. If he's okay, I'll check with him.
It's like dinner and a show. RTV
Yes.
says taking the heart and the liver out of the turkey cavity and the turkey neck. Well, that makes the best gravy for sure. We'll have gravy talk. You can come on the show. We'll do turkey talk.
Gravy talk. All these format changes.
No,
like
it's
gravy
delicious
talk, turkey
dish.
talk.
It's going to be
delicious dish.
our version of Saturday Night Live. It's RTV and
Stephanie dishes out.
I'm talking about flavor profiles. I love this for us. So yeah, we'll be in Hyannis on Friday at House of Hatchets with Curtis doing a little karaoke. Saturday, we're going to be over at Everly. They have their open house, their fall festival. They've got a bunch of merchants that are going to be there. I'm going to be playing some tunes. I know Lisa Z CBD is going to be over there and a whole list of other yummy crafters and fun foods. And that's right in the same area as the Culinary Incubator. So you can like hit both of them.
And that's
Culinary,
BJ's, which will be at Cam Appliance.
Right. So hit Cam Appliance for a little bit of food, pop over to Everly for the crafts and some tunes. And plenty of stuff for you to do this weekend for sure already.
And we compete with our larger national retailers too, which is good. Local stuff. It's
well,
all
they're
around.
We're
great.
Yeah, we're weaving it in, everybody.
Weaving it in.
Yeah.
That's a new hashtag. As Stephanie is weaving it in, ladies and gentlemen.
Whatever it is that you do this weekend, be kind to people. People are stressed out. We're beginning the season of stress. And shop locally.
It's the season of stress
it
on
is.
Lemonadio.
Yes.
Yikes.
So right. That's why we're
stress-free.
We're imbibing along
Don't
the
worry,
way.
be happy.
Mm-hmm. Pitch, pickles, cards, It's happening tonight over at Knockabout. So I'll see you there from 6 until 8. Go Mashpee. We have our championship game. We're a 3 seed. We're going to be home tonight. So our football kids are out there playing their hearts out. We've got such a huge group of seniors this year. So come and see them. This might be the last game that they ever play. So it's just kind of really cool to support them on their way. Go Mashpee. We're really excited for you to be part of that and be in the playoffs. You've done a great job this season. All right. I think that's all. I got to go to actual work.
Work.
I got stuff to do, Marty. You got stuff to do.
Just get a refill of coffee. It'll be fine.
All right. Have a great day, everybody.
Take
Bye.
care, folks. Every weekend.
Bye-bye.
Happy Veterans Day.
Oh, you know what? Before I do leave, though, oh, shoot. You know what? I lied. I can't end the show on this. I can't end the show on this.
We're back. Take 2.
I know. I do have a quick little update from our friends over at Fleeting Moments Photography. Here she is, and then the show will be over. Couldn't be happier to be sitting here and having this conversation with one of my good friends, Denise Pressman from Fleeting Moments Photography. And of course, you have to outdo me every time with your beautiful little set and our perfect lighting and looking so festive.
I found a red shirt today. I mean, and it's short sleeve, and it's perfect for today because it's beautiful out.
Yeah, it really is. And we are coming on the season, even though it's been unseasonably warm, and we're definitely putting our face in the sun and taking every moment we can.
Absolutely.
However, talk about fleeting moments a little bit, because that's exactly what you do, is take those moments.
Yeah. So Santa is coming to town, man. November 24th, he's going to be here from 10 to 12. And it's the same Santa that we use every single year, John Sullivan. He is absolutely amazing.
Not just any Santa. It's like the Santa.
Oh my
God.
He
really is Santa.
Yeah. He is Santa. He embodies everything that is Santa. And he's great with crying kids, happy kids, not sure kids, that type of thing. And
teenage weirdo kids. He even got my kids to enjoy themselves, have a good time, and just be a goofball when they were definitely too big to hang out with Santa. Although I feel like you're never too big to hang out with Santa.
Never. I love this guy. He's awesome. And, he's joining me. I think this is the 4th year in a row that we've hosted this. And it's just been such a fun event. And we'll have press ahead coffee here for the kids. We'll get hot cocoa. Parents will get some lattes, and Perennial Delights will also be joining us.
Ooh,
beautiful holiday cupcakes. So that the kids will have a nice little treat when they leave. And if you're concerned about your child having a meltdown and, freaking out, we can always have Santa take a break, do a nice family photo, and then we can digitally master in Santa in the background if you'd like.
I love that option. Although your Santa does a really good job of really getting out a genuine smile. I've got to find the photo because I really was like, oh my gosh, he brought them out a real smile.
Right.
And when they're faking it, as a photographer, they're like, is it over?
Oh, give me the real smile, not the fake smile. I'm like, what does that mean?
Right.
But
it's so true. But I love that option to be able to just have a nice family photo, and then we'll put Santa in the background afterwards. Right. We got this.
Yeah. And one of the nice things is I turn the photos around really quickly. So November 24th is the date from 10 to 12. By November 25th, you'll have the photos, the digital photos in your inbox. Perfect. And what that's going to allow you to do is get your Christmas card out of the way. Get, if you don't want to, send Christmas cards, because I hear that trend is going away. I don't know. Just print up ornaments for the grandparents. Ooh, they love that. Cute. And it's like a great little keepsake of that year. We can put the year on it, and then you're done for a Christmas gift for grandma and grandpa, which is pretty sweet too. So
yeah, I like that idea. So another thing that I want to say is the fact that we parents, how much we spend on even school photos. Your price point is not insane for what you're getting for the value, and the photos are just really keepsakes.
Yeah. So the lowest package starts at $75. That includes 2 prints as well as a digital photo, and then the highest package I believe is $225, $250, and that includes 25 Christmas cards. So you could be done for $200.
Isn't
which
that nice?
isn't really that bad. And you're done like before Thanksgiving if you want it to be.
Now, if you could just sign them and send them off for me, that would be great too.
You know, just for you. Just for you.
Denise, you are the best. Let everybody know where you're located and how people can book a session with Santa.
So to book a session with Santa, go to fleetingmomentsphotos.com/Santa. No, it's fleetingmomentsphoto.com/Santa.
I'm going to drop it in the chat too.
Thank you. And you can book there. The studio is located at 862 Route 28, which is Main Street in West Dennis. If you put in regular Dennis, you will end up at somebody's house. Make
Thank
sure
you
you
for
go
the
to
distinction.
West Dennis. I've actually offered, I'd love to buy that person's house because
You're like, why not?
that would be perfect.
That's awesome.
So yeah, 862 Main Street in West Dennis.
All right. Well, we'll be booking our sessions. I'll be seeing you for a headshot. I need to get professional and whatnot. I'm going to Santa's Village. I'll see you in a little bit.
All right. Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye, Denise. There. Now you're done.